So I'm actually shooting this video last. I've already completed the repair, but I thought now would be a good time to kind of do an overall walkthrough. This is a 1995 Toyota Camry LE 4-cylinder 2.2 liter. It has about 253,000 miles on it. As you can see, I have to keep it open. The snow scraper works really well for that. So, kind of overall, see, these are the tools that I had to use. You have to drain all your oil and all your coolant, so you'll have to look up other videos on that. I'm not going to do a video on that, but so you might as well switch out your oil filter too when you're doing this, and I'm going to put in a new air filter as well. This is the primary thing I had to buy. It's a 30mm socket on a 10-inch extender on a 1/2-inch ratchet, and you'll want that to be able to get all the way in there. And so in my videos you'll see I will have removed the heat shield, which I don't think you necessarily have to do. It's pretty easy to do. It does open it up a little bit more. So I took out the dipstick just so it was out of the way. And then this is the new oil filter, but you'll be taking off an old one. So this that is the oil cooler, and that's the 30mm bolt right there. And depending on what I looked at a diagram and they called that the union bolt, but I saw a picture that had all these part numbers in it and they called it the oil relief valve. So I'm guessing it actually extends further down in there. I'll have a video that shows this fully disassembled. So I'm guessing that the oil relief valve is actually down there, and just this little bolt is called the union bolt. So you're going to have to then take off, once you get your oil filter off, you have to take off these two coolant lines. The way that I would suggest doing that is taking that off this 30mm bolt. It came off once I cranked on it. It came off pretty easily, but I know some people have some really hard time with it. And as you can see, you kind of can damage it a little bit. But I would take that out. And then there's another bolt back down in there that you have to take off. I used a 13/32 to take that off, but I think also, since this is a Japanese car, I believe that's actually a 10mm bolt. And so you take those two off, and then this will kind of lift out and you'll be able to move it. And then what I would suggest doing, even though this is not how I did it, is either taking some kind of clamp or vice grip and pinching these. And then I believe, as I said, I didn't actually do this anyway, but I believe this will be the easiest way you can actually be able to pull this out, and then either one at a time or maybe both at a time, pull that away from the pipes. The way I did it is I clamped it, and then I worked it off by basically either using a cat's paw that I put a little duct tape to try to make it less sharp, or needle nose pliers, getting back there and just kind of pushing it off. And I did end up tearing the upper rubber pipe a little bit when I did that. So that may not be the best way. So once you get all that done, you just put everything back together. And I'm probably gonna go, actually, depending on how motivated I'm feeling, once I get everything done, flush my coolant lines, put new oil back in it. You don't want to forget any of those steps. So I'm sure I'm forgetting something, and I'm sure that someone who does this a lot will find lots of criticisms in how I did it. I know I found out a couple in particular that, we'll see if I mention them in the videos, but when you look at what I did, you'll see that they were pretty stupid. Don't touch the two ends of the battery. Basically, that's one of them. So